Phishing whistleblowers get ignored for possible phishing. Not the more funny MC, but worth to be told anyway. I work for some years in a big financial institution. As you can guess, our servers are often under cyber attack. So the IT service regularly pushes security updates on our laptops and organizes sensibilization campaigns about data security. One of their pet peeves is to send mass mails inciting employees to click on a link, then to mass mail that it was a trap to teach us about phishing. As our greatest experts have learned their job in the time of paper and pencil, it is not an unsound strategy. But by now, there is probably nobody who would still get caught doing something stupid. Yesterday, we received a message from Microsoft asking us to click on a link to access to the new teamwork platform of the institution. Nobody heard about such platform, and we already have more than we need, so nobody clicked the link. Today we received another email from IT service stating that the Microsoft message was not phishing. It seems that their training has been so efficient that the institution as a whole refused the security updates. Personally, I am still not convinced it is not a double phishing, so I will wait some weeks to see how goes. You never know, isn't it? Haha, nice. Reminds me of a friend who works at a financial institution. 1 month into the job he got a mail asking him to complete an onboarding program. A month after that, a mail there will be consequences if he didn't complete it. All this time he was in training at a third party and not checking his corporate mail. The eventual response? I did not receive instructions from my manager to click this link, so per my security training I chose to ignore the mail. Report the email as phishing. In more than one of those training sessions, I've been told that poor spelling and grammar are signs of a phishing attempt, and that my employer has teams of proofreaders handling official mail. I love marking emails from the CVP of security as phishing because his spelling and grammar are terrible. Also marked an email from the campus security team because they couldn't spell Prius or Ford correctly. Even got Prius wrong in 2 different ways in the same email. One guy got caught by a phishing link and had to attend training as a result. He reported the email for phishing training as a phishing link. I had a new Scrum Master who wanted to get a team survey but sent from a third-party source. We all reported it as phishing. Sadly, when we actually got the survey, it was a mess as well. Never click email links. Except this one. 111. This one is fine and we couldn't possibly have come up with a better way to update. Click the link. Do it. Our institution has done the same. We use Microsoft products and a recent MS email wanted us to click a link to try out their new Copilot feature. I reported it as phishing to see what kind of fuss it will cause in our IT department. Everybody was right. The new teams might as well be malware. Not mine, but read somewhere here. Somebody was so angry about mandatory phishing training that he knowingly flagged a legitimate third-party email as phishing. When IT wrote to him and told him that it was legit, he wrote to the IT department that the scammers are now spoofing email addresses from the IT department. It's amusing, but saying no one would do something so stupid. Unfortunately, they do, pretty constantly. Admittedly, it's now more executives and VPs that are falling for it, but it still happens. And the cost of phishing attacks is still in the millions. Same. We had security send out a mass email about phishing and not an hour later, security sent a link saying mandatory for all to click it. No one did and they were upset at us. But I will say, yes, people still fall for those phishing attempts. I had a user pull me over to complain how this office website keeps asking for her password. She keeps putting it in. And it doesn't work. For over 3 weeks I can't get into it. But by now, there is probably nobody who would still get caught doing something stupid. The whole reason companies continue to investing in phishing training tests is because it's one of the top methods of compromise out there. People can and do continue to click on and respond to phishing emails despite training. Especially since the phishing emails are getting much less obvious and much easier to fall for. Until that changes, security training and awareness isn't going to go anywhere. People need to understand that breaches are extremely expensive and those costs will affect everyone in the company. Also, for all the people that think that they're somehow making a stand or screwing over security, reporting tons of stuff as phishing that isn't, you're not. Your reports go in a queue and it's all of like 3 seconds to mark them as false positive. You're wasting more of your time than you are ours. I hate that too. In my previous work, IT even sends out reports to everyone who fell victim to those phishing tests. It came to a point that it was just annoying. That I just report every email with a link as phishing. Even those that are legit. Lol, I just started a cybersecurity course through SMU and they talk about phishing a lot. Not really malicious compliance. That's exactly what they want you to do. I work on the security team of a mid-sized MSP. You'd be surprised how many people who should know better click on links. Additionally, having you question valid links is a good thing. If they occasionally have to clarify that it really is Microsoft, that's good. I remember back in my SYS admin days, when we signed up for a new service that mass emailed our employees. Always being a little pleased with them when they emailed asking if it was legitimate. Always right-click the link to see the actual link. If suspicious destination, delete. Trust but verify. Ronald Reagan. At the large institution where a friend of mine works, they sent a link to security training that required them to log into an external site with their internal credentials. Everyone refused to do it, which I think should have counted as an automatic pass. They have an anti-phishing training program. That's pretty standard for any large organization. I'm completely unsure why you're making this out to be a problem. New employees come in every day. Tactics evolve. It's probably also a requirement for industry certification. That said, if they're doing that but don't have the ability to push the program to machines and have left you able to install software, there's something strange. Monday we had a scare. We use KnowBe4 to help with training, and it will send test emails. Well, Monday someone clicked on a phishing email and didn't know if it was real or not and was freaking out. Luckily it was just a KnowBe4 email. But at least now he'll always double-check the from email. Sensibilization. Are you from Sweden by any chance? I worked with Swedish colleagues from my multinational company, and they would often regale us with the interesting vocabulary that their management would come up with. I guess this is a sensible word in Swedish, but comes across as a relatively clumsy construct in English. I'd let Corpo push the changes and ignore everything else. It got to the point they have to have a meeting to tell everyone to update by a certain date. Then they go and disallow home internet cost not too long ago, so we do all the updates using company cell data. It was glorious.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.